Hello, my name is Helena Perez, reporting from the Franco Center. Welcome back to Spartan TV. Students and faculty are experiencing many new changes at MCDS this year, from rules regarding sweatpants to the midterm schedule. Something that hasn't changed, however, is the transition freshman athletes have to face from middle school to high school. Let's see how the freshmen are adjusting.
Hi, I'm Dylan Turk, reporting for Spartan TV News from the Koch Family Athletic Complex. The transition from middle school to high school basketball is definitely a big jump. We talked to some people who are very familiar with middle school and high school basketball to see what their opinions are on the transition.
You know, one thing with middle school basketball being in 8th grade going to 9th grade, everybody grows at a different pace. They get bigger, they get stronger at different levels. And the speed of the game from a middle school game to a high school game is tremendous. Those that mature quicker have a tendency to be able to bridge that gap a little faster. But high school level kids and the experience they have from summer AAU ball, being stronger, being faster, transition time, it's a big jump to go from middle to high school.
Basketball is a big transition for me, and I'm still getting used to it.
Middle school basketball is nowhere near as competitive as high school basketball, so it is a big jump.
Playing against bigger and older kids affects my game, and it really does push me to get better.
A lot more work, a lot more running. You really just have to stay on top of your academic stuff. Throughout my many years of playing basketball at both a competitive and recreational level, I've noticed that you have to really step it up when you go to high school.
They're much older than me, and it's much harder for me to play against them.
So do you have any advice for upcoming 9th grade athletes that are going to be playing high school sports?
Well, again, it's what you do in the off season to get bigger and stronger. Hitting the weight room, working on your speed, working on your conditioning. All of that helps any sport, whether it's basketball or soccer or baseball in the off season. And if you want to play high school athletics and be competitive, you better put the time in the off season to really get better at your craft.
So as you can see, the transition from middle school to high school basketball is definitely a big jump. I'm Dylan Turk, reporting for Spartan TV News from the Koch Family Athletic Complex. And that's the news, and I'm out of here.
Wow, thanks for that report, Dylan. Looks like the transition from middle school to high school sports is a demanding transition. It may take a lot of hard work for the freshman athletes to adjust, but one adjustment the entire school will be dealing with are the changes to the midterms this year. With midterms approaching, let's explore these changes and see how they have impacted our students.
Hi, my name is Camila Burton, reporting to you from Miami Country Day for Spartan TV. As midterms approach, students have concerns about when midterms will take place, the increase in the value of the midterm in the gradebook, and whether or not certain classes will give projects or exams, or even alternative assessments.
Well, this year was kind of unique because we went to the semester, and the semester system, our first semester actually doesn't end until January 13th, so for allowing for it to be a true full first semester exam, it made sense in terms of the material that's being covered on a true basis. Now, having said that, we are trying some new things this year by having the English and the world language have the opportunity to do alternative assessment before break.
Having all the time to work on the alternative assessment, I think, is the best for English courses and language courses, because we have more time to prepare ourselves. And I feel as an English course, we test more on our writing skills and our use of rhetorical devices and metaphors and allusions, while in a test, you can't really test that. But with an alternative assessment, you have time to express yourself in your writing.
Because what we've found from alumni coming back is that there is a variety of assessments that they're taking. Some are taking projects, some are taking traditional assessments. So we have to do our job at replicating that and giving students enough practice for all those different things on the testing spectrum.
How do you feel about the gradebook value increasing this year?
I think it's a good decision. The impact of the grade increases in the grade book. I think it makes sense because as you get older, you should be thinking more about college, and you should have to work a little harder to get those grades.
I think it puts more pressure on us as students, and I don't think it's really fair to put that much weight on one single assessment.
I remember taking classes in college where my only grade was the final exam, and if you're not comfortable dealing with a test that counts for a little more as you go through, you're going to be really disadvantaged when you get to college.
We're putting a lot of emphasis on this is an important exam, you have to study for it. Well, then we have to put our money where our mouth is and say, well, if it's that important, it needs to be, the percentage needs to be increased. And that was for the alternative as well as the traditional.
Honestly, I feel like everyone should have the same amount of pressure on them. I don't think just because you're older you should have more pressure. And I think the standard should be, again, how we used to have it, 5% for midterms, 5% for finals, because I think that's the most fair thing. If you start stressing out all the people in 11th and 12th grade who are now probably taking AP courses and are into more honors courses, it just adds more pressure, and I feel that could decrease their performance in the midterms.
They do give you enough time. They give you about 2 weeks and like a whole week that you can't learn anything. So they give you enough time to study and to have extra helps, and so that you're not stressing too much in winter break, but you also have the opportunity if you need to study during winter break. So I think it's good.
I don't agree, not at all. I think winter break is my time to relax, to be with my family, to be with my friends, not to be worrying or stressing about midterms.
Thank you for watching. I'm Camila Burton. I'll see you back next time.
Thanks for that report, Camila. With a few changes to our midterms, students may have some trouble adjusting. These changes do not seem to be drastically unpopular, though, unlike the new rules regarding the use of sweatpants. Students are now banned from using sweatpants unless given permission by school administrators to use them on a cold day. Let's see what the students think of this new rule.
I like to wear sweatpants because they're comfortable and I can be protected from Zika.
I like wearing sweatpants because they keep your legs warm on a cold day.
Hi, this is Mark reporting for Spartan TV from the high school. Now that Zika virus has been lifted, we're not going to be able to wear sweatpants anymore every day.
The student manual states that sweatpants are not normally permitted as part of the regular school uniform. However, on extremely cold days, the upper school administration will notify students and parents through email and social media that sweatpants will be permitted. This semester, that has been an exception.
That said, this year we had the Zika virus, and we made an exception to our dress code, and we allowed sweatpants for the first semester.
I think that it's not such a great idea to not let us wear the sweatpants that we pay for and the school sells every day because, like, I bought them.
Everybody in grades 9 through 12, they can only wear sunshine wear uniform.
Maybe not every day, but on some days I like wearing sweatpants.
It just takes away from the way that a student looks. The sweatpant, it's not really something that makes a student looks presentable.
I think that it's really a shame. I think, however, it's, it seems like a legitimate rule, I guess. Sweatpants are more informal, and the school uniform is supposed to be more formal. However, that doesn't make sweatpants any less comfortable.
Although many students want to continue to wear sweatpants, it looks like the rule is going to go back to what it was last year. I'm Mark, and I'll see you on the next one.
Looks like the new rule regarding sweatpants are not too popular with the students, though it is a necessary change for our uniforms to look more formal. Our school has plenty of changes this year for students to adjust to. My name is Helena Perez, reporting from the Franco Center for Spartan TV. See you next time.